So about 2 weeks from now, I'm going to have bariatric surgery, a sleeve gastrectomy, and hopefully that will take me significantly lighter than I am now. It's been 2 years since I started this process of applying for the surgery, or almost 2 years anyway, and now that I'm only 2 weeks away, it seems, well, strange to be honest. The prospect of being many stones lighter, hundreds of pounds lighter, in the coming months is quite a significant one, and a scary one, and an exciting one all at the same time. I'm going to chronicle this journey and tell you genuinely how I feel at each stage. If there are problems, I'll mention them. When there are good things, I'll mention them. The first thing I'm particularly concerned about is dying on the operating table. It's a scary thought, it's a possibility, a real possibility, but the risk of dying of a heart attack, so I'm told, is actually higher than the risk of dying on the operating table. So from that point of view, in balancing the two possibilities, well, I don't suppose there's much contest really. I will talk more about how I got to this decision, how I got to be heavy and so on, and give updates as to the weight loss as we go on. But this initial video really was just to say I'm at the stage where I'm about to have surgery and I'm going to chronicle the whole process. My starting weight is 24 stones 9 pounds, pretty heavy, and at 5'7", really I'm actually as wide as I am tall, which is not a good thing to be. I don't know how many pounds that is. I think it's about 330 possibly, but again it's a very heavy weight. So my target weight really will be about 10 stone or 140 pounds lighter than I am now. So 14 stones really, which is 196 pounds. Or thereabouts anyway. If I can get lower, I'd certainly be happy to do so, but being realistic, to get down to 12 stone may be rather difficult. Now the surgeon I'm going to is in Leeds. He's a very well respected surgeon, very good, very accomplished. As far as I'm aware, he's never lost anybody, and he's fairly fast at the job now. Because he's so good, I've had to wait this long. So is it worth waiting? I think so. I think so, because the new lease of life I will have will be astonishing. The ability to do things that everybody else takes for granted. Walking upstairs easily, for example. Walking downstairs without having to cling on to the guide pole, the banister. That will be nice. The ability to get in and out of a car easily. The ability to get up out of bed without having to roll over like a whale. That will be something astonishing. The ability to tie shoelaces easily. These are all things which people take for granted, but when you're as heavy as I am, become difficult. And before anybody tells me, yes, I know all I have to do is eat less and move more. If all it took was knowing those things, nobody would be fat, would they? And the whole world is getting fatter. I think in the next couple of years it's estimated that 11 to 12 million people in the UK will be medically obese. Let's be honest, that's not just 11 or 12 million people who are greedy, fat and lazy. Something else must be going on. So although when you look at fat people it's very easy to think stupid fat so-and-so, I think the truth is a little more complicated. It may not be as easy to deal with as slim people think. And in the same way that people with alcoholism problems or cigarette addictions find it difficult to deal with their problem, even though they may know the solution, fat people can have the same problem too. It isn't just a question of willpower. There are plenty of very intelligent people with lots of willpower who can't cope with the issue of fat. And although it's easy to pick on fat people and say, you know, greedy, lazy and so on, it really is very much more complex than a lot of people think. Anyway, this is just an introduction. I'll add more videos after I've been sliced open and parts of me cut out. There's a thought. They're going to pull part of my stomach out of a hole. They're going to make a little incision, and they're going to pull part of me out. In fact, as I think about it, I'm talking myself out of having this done. So I'll stop. I'll stop before I run away feeling scared. But having waited 2 years, I think I'm going to go through with it now, and we'll see what the end result will be. Hopefully it will be more energy, more mobility, and a slightly better quality or significantly better quality of life, where I can do things and move easily and get on a plane without having to have one of those awful orange buckles that enable me to fasten the seatbelt as people stare in disapproval that a fat man is on the plane. Simple things like sitting in a cinema seat without feeling like I'm being wedged and chopped in two. The ability to fit in a normal seat without wondering whether it will collapse under me. All these simple things that I'm looking forward to. Okay, I'll talk to you soon.